Damn, I just love that intro music.
Absolutely.
Hey, Dan here with John with our weekly Drum Talk TV news desk report. Lots to talk about. Unfortunately, always starting out with our passings. So I'll start that off. Mark Nathan, longtime promotion and A&R executive, died at 70 last week. So young. You younger people don't realize it, but the older you get, the younger 70 is.
Yeah.
This was last week after being ill for a while. Nathan's credited with getting acts like Bare Naked Ladies and Three Doors Down signs. So he leaves quite a legacy behind him in the music space.
One of my favorite groups, Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
Yep. So moving on, Jamaica reggae artist Max Romeo, could be Romeo, died at age 80. Musicians best known for tracks such as Chase the Devil and War in a Babylon, which rose to fame in the 1960s.
Yeah. Big Jamaican artist, reggae. And man, it seems like everybody I know in the music industry knew Marco Sarcoli. I was just getting to know him. He was in the 80s glam band Rocks, but he was known and loved by pretty much every drummer in the industry, especially on the East Coast in the US. From his work with Vic Firth Evans, he managed drum departments at Sam Ash and Manny's Music and more. This was a real shock. He just had a sudden massive heart attack and passed away the next day on April 12th.
You ever meet him in person?
Pardon me?
You ever meet him?
I had not, no.
Oh, okay.
Just online, but just about everybody I know knew him, and just nothing but wonderful things to say about Marcus.
Oh.
Very sad.
Yes, we have Judas Priest drummer Les Binks passed away March 15th at age 73. It was announced just the other day, April 14th, with no cause of death given.
Yeah, that's cool that they had a lot of privacy, for a month with the family. So that's really nice. Les was on our show. Time is such a blur for me. So I'm going to guess 5 years ago, maybe something like that. Les was the original drummer of Judas Priest, great drummer. And he kept the torch going with his own band and other projects as well. This day in music, 2015, April 18th, Green Day was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as part of the 2015 class in their first year of eligibility.
In 2013, Public Enemy became the fourth hip-hop act inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The others that preceded Public Enemy were Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Run DMC, and the Beastie Boys. Quite a collection.
Yeah.
Other 2013 inductees are Rush, Hart, Albert King, Donna Summer, and Randy Newman.
Never heard of any of them. Next, April 18th, 1992, Annie Lennox. What a beautiful voice. Annie Lennox went to #1 on the UK album chart with her debut solo release, Diva. The album won the Brit Award for British Album of the Year at the 1993 Brit Awards and received nominations for Album of the Year, Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, and Best Long-Form Music Video, winning the latter award at the Grammy Awards the same year, 1992. Seems forever ago.
How about, speaking forever ago, 1987. Aretha Franklin and George Michael started a 2-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with I Knew You Were Waiting, also a #1 in the UK. Aretha Franklin set a record for the artist with the longest gap between U.S. #1 singles, and it had been 19 years and 10 months from her last hit, Respect. I think I've heard the song Respect, in June 1967.
Yeah. Wow.
I just checked out the video today, and what's interesting to me is the power of George Michael's voice compared to Aretha. You would think like, oh, I'm going to sing with Aretha. Are you kidding?
Right.
but he brought the strength. He really did.
Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, what a loss that was. Whether you're a fan of that kind of music or not, he was immensely talented.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1973, April 18th. I remember seeing this as a teenager. The Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young documentary, Journey Through the Past, directed by Neil Young, debuted at the Dallas Film Festival. The experimental film featured concert footage from 1966 onward, backstage footage, and art film-like sequences. I remember him collecting, pretty sure it's the same film, magic mushrooms, wet ones, in a really big glass jar an old stepside truck. I remember that vividly on his property, which I think was in Topanga Canyon near where I grew up at the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Wasn't that Joni Mitchell territory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 1966. Spencer Davis Group, one of my favorite, were at #1 on the UK singles chart with their version of the Jackie Edwards song, Somebody Help Me, as with their previous hit, Keep On Running, which was also composed by Edwards.
Yeah. So there you go, this day in music history. Now on to Drum Talk TV related stuff. And we got a couple of videos to show you as well. So first, on Drum Talk TV Brilliance, our membership site, premium members will be able to attend. I'm yawning not because this is boring, but I haven't slept much this week. Sorry.
I have that effect on people. That's okay. That's okay.
They'll be able to attend our upcoming Q&A session with Derek Shulman of Gentle Giant. Not only of Gentle Giant, but after Gentle Giant, Derek went on to become one of the biggest record executives of all time. Look him up. It'll blow your mind, the bands that he discovered and signed. Just amazing pedigree. Anyhow, they're releasing Gentle Giant, that is playing the complete live experience early in May. I have the original album, like right here, I think. Let me see.
Where is Dan?
Darn it, I must have put it away. But anyhow, I got that album from a friend in 1977 or 78. It's a great album, but this is like an extended whole other CD/vinyl. It's really cool. So Derek will talk about that in the beginning, which will be available to watch on our social channels. This is live, but the rest will be exclusive to premium members, who will be given the option to watch either within the Brilliance main stage as part of the site or within a virtual environment in Spatial. This is what we do with our fan Q&A sessions with artists and producers and record executives, and also with private concerts. So I have a video to show you of that. But before I do, we also have drummer John Weathers of Gentle Giant will be with us May 4th. That's 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. UK time. And let's look at, I can get to the right button.
A video.
Eric's message to everybody. Check this out, folks. Here he is.
Hello, I'm Derek Shulman. You may know me from my work with Gentle Giant, and we're releasing Playing the Fool, the complete live experience. If you'd like to ask me about anything related to Gentle Giant or my work as a record executive, anything to do with the music industry, you can do so by becoming a member of Drum Talk TV Brilliance over at drumtalktvbrilliance.com. That's drumtalktvbrilliance.com, all in one go. You'll be sent access to a Q&A session. It'll take place on Thursday, April 24th, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, U.S. time. Read the details in the post and we'll see you there. Bye-bye.
This guy signed Dream Theater. I mean, wouldn't you like to ask a guy like that questions, folks? I mean, about the music business and so many other big artists that you'll know. He'll talk about that. I'll ask a couple questions here and there, but this is your chance as musicians and music fans to ask Derek questions. So it'd be worth looking him up on Wikipedia. And I'm sure you'll have lots of questions, folks. So join us for that, as well as John Weathers on the 4th.
Yeah. Continuing on with Drum Talk TV Brilliance, we're running the Stuart Copeland
Beef
Drumming
stew.
Challenge through all of April until the 30th, 11:59 p.m. Members of Drum Talk TV Brilliance can send in more submissions for our play along contests, whereas people accessing the free showcase can only submit up to 2 play along videos. You can submit videos of yourselves playing along not just to hits, but also to deep cuts. Also, Vinnie Paul Challenge winners will be announced this weekend. So keep an eye out for that. And I believe, Dan, we might have a video related to this.
Yeah, check this out for the Stuart Copeland Drumming Challenge. We'd love to see you folks compete. Remember, premium members can send in unlimited amount of videos, while free members, we're happy to have you, can send in up to 2. And it goes through, like John said, 11:59 Pacific time, the last day of April. That would be the 30th, unless they added a date. Check this out.
Drum Talk TV Brilliance presents the Stuart Copeland Drumming Challenge, and the submissions window is open all of April 2025 up until the 30th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Here's how it works. Step 1. Choose your favorite track that features Stuart Copeland on drums. These can and must be play-alongs to the official recordings, and you don't have to worry about them getting muted or pulled since it'll be on our own platform. With such an expansive career including The Police, solo albums, collaborations, he's even done film and TV work, you're bound to find something cool to play along to. Step 2. Record videos of yourself in horizontal mode playing to your selection. Step 3. Submit your videos in the Drum Talk TV Brilliance Showcase. It's free. Step 4. Your videos will be reviewed and graded on accuracy, fan praise, and sound. For the fan praise factor, people can comment the word VOTE under each video they like. The judging criteria is explained further on the submissions page. Here's what you can win. First, second, and third place winners can win a gift certificate to their favorite music store, as well as a free Drum Talk TV shirt, picked from 36 designs. And first place will have the chance to be interviewed live on Drum Talk TV. Don't miss out. Join us in honoring Stuart Copeland over at drumtalktvbrilliance.com.
Yeah, you get to be on with me for a Drum Talk TV interview, and we can talk about your influences, why you picked the songs you did, your whatever you want to promote and talk about. It'll be fun. I promise I'll make it fun. And yeah,
I will jump in here and say, as a computer nerd for generations and generations, I'm familiar with the term landscape. You're saying, landscape portrait.
right.
Landscape portrait. For other people, horizontal.
Yeah, for normal. I think horizontal is just clearer for the average person who doesn't know landscape. People picture a beautiful rolling hills with trees in the background.
Yeah.
Whereas we're talking about the orientation of your camera. So next we have the next Drum Talk TV Brilliance game show. We do 2 a month. The next one will be this coming Tuesday, April 22nd, 6 p.m. Pacific. That'd be 9 p.m. Eastern Time US. The theme is bands influenced by jazz who have incorporated jazz but are not jazz bands. So for instance, Chicago, Chase, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Steely Dan, and even drummers. So Bill Ward of Black Sabbath, huge jazz influence. I mean, all those guys, because there was no rock. They invented it. They're influenced.
Charlie Watts.
Yeah. So it's going to be a really fun game show. You can win prizes up to $50 prize packages for each round. There's 3 rounds. Come join us. Sign up, register so that you get the emails. The promo for that will be done today, so you'll learn more about it, and that'll start being distributed. And then when you sign up, you get reminders as well. And I'll let Steve chime in as to whether or not there's a Facebook event for that yet. If so, he'll drop a link in the comments. If not, he won't. And we'll get that together and out there soon. There you go. I don't even remember. So much going on, but they're fun. The games are really a lot of fun. So join us.
They're so much fun, and I'm going to sign up for the 22nd. I have a slight chance of doing better than mediocre.
Awesome.
Okay, after this show, Dan will go live with Dr. Janice Ying at 1:30 for another episode of Drumming Injury Talk.
Yep, that'll be 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern, and 9:30 p.m. UK if you're up and have nothing to do on a Friday night. And Janice and I talk about drumming injuries or repetitive motion injuries that can happen with other instruments as well. And she's a physical therapist that specializes in the music industry. She only works with musicians. So it's a lot of fun. You can ask questions, and Janet, I'll pass them on through the comments, and Janice will answer them. Yesterday was thrilling. I had a bucket list guest on Drum Talk TV with me. That was Chester Thompson of Frank Zappa, Weather Report, his own band. You might have heard that he played with Genesis for a long time. When Phil came out and sung lead, they had Bill Bruford the first tour, and after that, it was Genesis with Phil Collins, with Chester Thompson on the drums. An amazing run he had. One of my favorite drummers ever. We talked about his new band, Cosmic Cathedral, with the album Deep Waters, and also his solo album, Wake Up Call, Genesis and Frank Zappa, and a lot more. So that was really cool. Tomorrow, I'm interviewing Fernando Maya, drummer for the band Phase Transition. And then at 2 p.m. afterwards, Stephen and I will be celebrating former Yes vocalist Benoit David's birthday, talking about a couple Hamadryad, am I pronouncing that correctly? Hamadryad tracks.
Hamadryad.
Yeah, and touching on his Yes contributions as well. So enjoy a lot more Drum Talk TV and Yes Shift stuff between today and tomorrow.
Okay, moving on. Next week, Wednesday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. Pacific, Dan will be interviewing Sam Stokes, who is a songwriter, musician, plays in a band, and may be picking up drumming. Interesting.
Yeah.
Then on April 24th, noon Pacific, Dan and Steven over on Yes Shift will review their copies of John Anderson and the Band Geeks live Perpetual Change.
It is so good. It is so good.
So
we had Matt Beck on recently. Matt Beck, their guitarist for this tour in 2025, and does a great job. And that was a lot of fun. So you can find that on the Yes Shift channels, Facebook and YouTube. And we have a video for this. Drum Tracks has been offering the 5-day shed camp challenges where people, even if they're already good drummers, and really especially if they're good drummers, can learn more about the core 4 techniques. The next one is April 28th through May 2nd. General admission is free, and there's a VIP level for $97, which includes daily live Q&A sessions on Zoom, full interactive access to master classes, a download of interactive practice workout routines titled Do the Work Volume 1, and over 350 tracks to enhance your practice. People can use our referral link, which we'll put in the comments. I'll grab that unless you're going to put that in, Steve. I'll let Steve put it in so I don't lose my place while I show the video. Here we go, a video all about the Drum Tracks Shed Challenge. Dig it.
I don't understand. Why can't I play it fast? Hold on, wait. Yo, bro, what are you working on, man? You sound frustrated. I'm trying to get better at flowing around the kit. I have the ideas in my head, but every time I go to speed it up, your left hand starts dragging behind it. Everything falls apart. Exactly. I mean, I know all my rudiments, but when I try to go faster, this limb just shuts all the way down. All right, here's the deal, man. It really has nothing to do with the rudiment that you're trying to play. It's the fact that you haven't mastered the core 4 techniques. The core 4? And that's why it all starts to fall apart when you try to speed it up. What's that? Single strokes in both hands, double strokes in both hands, singles and doubles in your right foot without a double pedal, and also linear patterns, which is basically just doing singles and doubles between your hands and feet. If you don't have these locked in, your rudiments, your solos, everything is always gonna feel shaky. So how do I fix that? There is a challenge that's been designed for drummers just like you. And the whole point of this challenge is to simplify how you practice and focus on what really matters, which is these core 4 techniques. Whoa, less is what you need to be saying to me right now. How do I join? Yo, bro, it's simple. All you gotta do is just click the link around this video and you'll be able to learn more and even sign up for the next Head Camp Challenge.
There you go. Enter to
Always
win and most
learning.
importantly, get better.
Always keep learning.
Definitely.
Okay, April 10th, AC/DC kicked off the U.S.
Music
leg
news.
of
We're
their
moving into
Power Up
music
Tour.
news now, folks. That was it for the Drum Talk TV happenings. Now it's music news.
Oh, yes. Music news. Music news. Okay. As I was saying, April 10th, AC/DC kicked off the U.S. leg of their Power Up Tour in Minneapolis. They continue touring North America through the end of May before heading to Europe in the summer.
Yeah, and Coachella happened recently. Prices have skyrocketed. That's not part of our news report, but my wife pointed this out yesterday in a meeting that we were in. That's like $300 to $600. Just crazy what people
Whoa!
are paying for this, but yet people are saying they don't have any money. Well, hopefully you have money for what you like to enjoy, and this was one of those things. A big highlight was Benson Boone welcomed Brian May on stage from Queen so they could play Bohemian Rhapsody. If anyone saw that, throw some comments in here. We'd love to get your thoughts on that and how that was.
Yeah, Coachella now is like an industry, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Iron Maiden's upcoming Run for Your Lives tour begins late May, and they are rehearsing with their new drummer, Simon Dawson. It's been revealed that the tour will cover classics and fan favorites from the first 9 albums, from Iron Maiden to Fear of the Dark, many of which we haven't played in years, and many we will likely never play again in the future.
That's going to be an awesome tour.
Yeah.
Awesome tour. I hope they come through Phoenix. I'm not in Phoenix, folks. You may know I'm about 100 miles from Phoenix up in the mountains, but Phoenix is like or Tucson, the closest places where, bands come through. So that's cool. Catch it. Let us know how it goes. And we will get Simon on for an interview as well. Earlier this week, Stevie Nicks announced a North American tour dates taking place August and October. Tickets are now available at Live Nation. Check that out if you're a Stevie fan. And here's probably the biggest news of the, I'm going to say month, depending on what happens in the music industry. And that is that Zak Starkey has parted ways with The Who. A Metro report from March 31st following The Who's performances at the Royal Albert Hall noted that Daltrey, who's 81, by the way, had openly commented several times that he was struggling to hear over the drums. First of all, I have to step in here. I can't imagine how that's Zak's fault when they're using in-ear monitors and there's a sound tech in charge of that.
Yeah, there's a sound guy.
In quotes, Roger says, to sing that song, I do need to hear the key, and I can't, he told the audience per the publication. Back to Roger again, saying, all I've got is drums going boom, boom, boom. I can't sing to that. I'm sorry, guys. I still don't know why they parted ways with Zak. Anyhow, a representative of the band told The Independent, that's a British publication, the band made a collective decision to part ways with Zak after his round of shows at the Royal Albert Hall. They had nothing but admiration for him and wish him the very best for his future. A rep for Starkey told The Independent that the split was a typical rock and roll falling out. And John's got more with
it. And you never know. It's like, yeah, you're playing too loud. But it could be a clone. I don't know. Okay. In quotes that appeared in People, Zak said, I'm very proud of my near 30 years with The Who. Filling the shoes of my godfather, Uncle Keith, that would be Moon, has been the biggest honor, and I remain their biggest fan. They've been like family to me. He added, in January, I suffered a serious medical condition. In January, I suffered a serious medical emergency with blood clots in my right bass drum calf. This is now completely healed and does not affect my drumming or running. After playing these songs with the band for so many decades, I'm surprised and saddened that anyone would have an issue with my performance that night. But what can you do? I plan to take some much needed time off with my family and focus on the release of Domino Bones by Mantra of the Cosmos with Noel Gallagher in May, and finishing my autobiography written solely by me. 29 years of any job is a good old run, and I wish them the best.
Yeah, I'm eager to hear what the real story is. I mean, none of it makes sense for Roger to blame it on the drums being too loud. That's a whole
Yeah,
separate
yeah,
issue, and it's not Zach's fault. So I'm not sure what went on there, but I'll tell you this: he's got some new fodder for his biography. Zach does.
absolutely. And if you're
Maybe
writing
this
an
is a whole ploy
autobiography,
to sell more copies, and then they're going to have him back. Who knows?
and if you're writing an autobiography, by God, it should be by yourself. You should write it yourself.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. So in terms of the icebreaker,
Yeah.
and folks, by the way, no joke, Dan has no clue what I'm about to jump into. So brace yourself, Dan. And it's part of the theme of Zak Starkey and the Who. So
Interesting.
my question to you, Dan, being a drummer, have you ever been asked to either leave a group or change what you're doing in the group?
Was the first part leave the group?
Leave the group as in adios, Dan.
Yeah. Okay, got it. So yeah, kind of, and folks, this is for you too. The icebreaker is always for everybody to chime in. So have you ever been asked to leave a group or been told to leave or change what you're doing? I'll start with the latter. Change what I'm doing. I think in any band situation, someone's going to say something at some point like, can you change that part to more like this? But if you're talking about a drastic style change, I've never been asked that. I have been fired from a group, and I think just one. Let me think. Yeah, all the others were my decisions to leave if I left.
You ever leave in a rage?
Are you talking about from the grocery store or from the band?
The band.
You know what? Wait, I forgot to click this button too. Here's the Zak Starkey story to check out after the show, folks.
Cool.
Oh, and I forgot to show the image too that I had up. So wait a minute before I finish answering, since it is still sort of on topic. There you go. There's our graphic for the story. You could click the link and check out the story that we have there through people. So there you go. Now, I don't remember why I was let go. It wasn't from bad drumming. I know that. It might have just been a personality thing.
Yeah,
Not everyone gets along with nice guys. And hey, I'm a nice guy. So there you go.
exactly. Exactly.
It was so long ago. It was 19. My first daughter was just born. So this is 1986-ish or 7 at the very latest. So I don't even remember why. I do remember it happening. I remember being real upset about it too. I'd never been fired from anything, not a job or a band or even not even a marriage at that point.
At that point, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How about you?
Oh, well, not really asked to leave, but I had a situation where it hit me pretty much as hard as that. And the situation was I was in a Chicago cover band. We had buttload of horns, a lot of vocals. And at one point in the rehearsal, I said, okay, John, you're going to need to sing some harmonies. And, the sound guys, they all got the mic and over here. And the piano player said, okay, this is your part. And, I never sang before and it showed. So we tried this. And after about, I'll give them a good 20 seconds, everything became silent. The microphone was moved away and the topic was never brought up again.
That's funny. Cool. How about you folks? You ever been let go from a band? Well, that's our news desk report for April 18th, 2025. You can join us each Friday for this at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK time, if you happen to just have nothing to do on a Friday night in the UK. So there you go, folks. Thanks for following what we do. You can go to drumtalktvbrilliance.com, sign up for a free membership or become a premium member for all the extra perks. Lots of other new stuff coming that I won't reveal yet, but possibly definitely by May 1st. And that news desk report on the 2nd. We'll talk about some new stuff that's happening as well in the membership site. So thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see
Take
you
care, folks.
soon.